I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen, and today we're going to make a delicious cream of asparagus soup. Let's go see how we make this. Get started on this soup. This is really simple and delicious. Now the reason we're having cream of asparagus soup is because last week asparagus was on sale at my grocery store for $1.99 a pound. But on Sunday they had a produce markdown rack that was literally overflowing with asparagus. There were 2 bunches in a bag for 50 cents. And they were perfectly fine. So I bought 2 bags and I roasted off 2 of the bunches on Sunday night for dinner. And tonight I'm going to use the rest of the bunches to make this cream of asparagus soup. This is a delicious soup. It's bright green, so I will forewarn you. It can be served warm or cold. Tonight we're going to be eating it warm along with some croissant sandwiches that we're going to have, and this is really easy. This is what goes in it. So you're going to need asparagus, obviously, 2 pounds, cut into little strips. Just cut off the lower inch, the really woody part, and then just cut it up into little pieces. We're going to use 1 pound of spinach, 6 cups of chicken or vegetable stock, 2 cups of sour cream, 2 pounds of potatoes that are peeled and diced, 1 cup each of onion that is diced, and celery that is diced as well. We're going to use 4 tablespoons of butter, as well as a teaspoon each of thyme, dried parsley, hot Hungarian paprika, which is optional, and salt. And we're going to go over to the stove and we're going to get started on building our soup. All right. Our vegetables I have had simmering, sauteing for a few minutes, just until the onions begin to turn a little bit translucent. I figured you could figure this out, so I went ahead and I started without showing you, putting them in the pot and melting the butter. So I'm pretty sure you can figure that out. I also added, because I forgot to mention it at the beginning, 2 cloves of minced garlic. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my seasonings. That's my thyme and parsley, hot Hungarian paprika, which isn't that spicy, and salt. So we're going to put that in there, give it a turn in that hot butter, because it's going to help bring all the essential oils out of those spices, and it's going to start to smell amazing. Okay, now we're going to put in our cut up asparagus, and we're just going to give it a turn in here. We don't need to saute this too much, because we're also going to put our potatoes in here, and then we're going to add our stock, and we're going to let everything simmer together for about 15 minutes, or until the potatoes and the asparagus are both nice and tender, and you can mash them up against the side of the pot, and they break apart easily. We are going to be using an immersion blender to blend this up smooth. You can use a regular blender, but you're going to have to ladle it out, do it in batches, and make sure that you take the little plug out the middle of your lid. Otherwise, you'll end up with a very unpleasant molten green volcano in your kitchen. So, all right. There goes our 6 cups of chicken stock. We're going to bring this to a simmer, and we're going to let everything just sit on simmer for about 15 minutes until everything gets tender. When it's ready to proceed, we'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, we have been simmering this for about 20 minutes, and just until you see here, I'll show you, the potato breaks apart easily on the side of the pot, and the asparagus will also be very soft, and you can mash it on the side of the pot. Onto the side of the pot. Sorry. I've turned the heat off at this point, and now I'm just going to add the spinach in here. The spinach is optional. You don't have to add that in, but it does give it a nice vibrant green color. And we're going to wazz this up.
Make it super healthy.
Yeah, the spinach just adds more fiber and more vitamins, and who couldn't use that, right? All right, the spinach has wilted. It just takes a few seconds. And now we're going to go ahead. I have turned the heat off. Make sure the heat is off. Do not leave the heat on when you're doing the immersion blending. our soup is nice and pureed. And like I said, you can do this in a regular blender. But you're going to have to do it in batches, and you're going to have to be careful that you don't have an eruption, because that will be very unpleasant for you.
Batches?
Batches, yes. And it's, you can eat it at this point and call it, you know, a puree of asparagus soup. We're going to add some sour cream to this. You can also alternatively add heavy cream or buttermilk even for a lighter version of this soup. Now we're going to add our sour cream. I'm adding 2 cups because I have a large amount of soup. If you don't want to add that much, it is entirely up to you. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to mix this in. Remember, our heat is turned off. And the sour cream is going to give it a really lovely tang. It's going to lighten it up a bit. And it's going to just give it that creaminess that you like in a cream soup. And cream of asparagus soup is lovely. Now, there is going to be quite a bit of fiber still in here because we've got asparagus, we've got spinach, we've got celery. We pureed it as good as we could, and that's okay because fiber is our friend. Now we're going to go and we're going to fix you a bowl of this delicious soup, and I'm going to garnish it up and show you what it's going to look like when we serve it. Here is our bowl of delicious cream of asparagus soup. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to finish it off with a little drizzle of, this is just what I call mock creme fraiche, and it's nothing more than a little sour cream that's been thinned with a little bit of heavy cream. So it's entirely up to you. And then we're going to sprinkle it with a little bit of freshly chopped chives. None of this stuff is hard. And when you think about what you're going to do, and you have a lot of things that are available to you, and you can make wonderful stuff come out of your own kitchen. And this is from a 50-cent bag of asparagus. Remember that.
On clearance, actually.
That was on clearance. And a little sprinkling of hot Hungarian paprika. And you're good to go. Shall we try this? Okay, we're going to give this a taste now. You ready, babe?
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is so good.
Mmm! Oh my goodness. Mm. You honestly have no idea how delicious this is.
Mm. Very.
Mmm. Mmm. Oh my gosh. It really is silky and delicious. The asparagus is very subtle. The potato just adds a little bit of body. Oh, this is fantastic. Well, we're going to go eat dinner now, but I hope you try this is cream of asparagus soup, and I hope you love it as much as we do. And until next time, I'll see ya. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you liked what you watched today, and I hope that you try it, and I hope that you love it. If you like what you saw, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and giving me a positive rating. And also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're already not a subscriber so that you don't miss out on any of the fun we have here in our kitchen every single day. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to come by tomorrow. Until next time, happy eating!